Alright guys, I'm on the road, going to look at a trailer. I've been looking on Facebook Marketplace, trying to find something that would be good for hauling really heavy logs, like the kind that I've been picking up. And I found this propane hauler, and it's pretty heavy duty. A lot of the ones I had been seeing were just kind of flimsy and just not very heavy duty. And this one is made out of very heavy duty pipe, and it looks stout enough to handle most of the logs that I brought home. The guy only wants $625 for it. I was planning on building one, making it out of heavy duty I-beam and stuff, but with my time constraints right now, it just makes sense to spend the $625, give him his asking price. I think the trailer is worth it. I wouldn't be able to build what he has there for $625. It's not in the best shape, I would say, but it is in very good shape. It really just needs a wire brush or wire wheel taken to it and repaint it. It's also missing one fender, but probably needs lights. You know, it's kind of an older trailer, but it is stout and heavy duty, and that's what I need. So we're on the road. I'm gonna go pick it up. I'm gonna go borrow my dad's truck, and we're gonna go pick it up. So here we go. Hey, Roo. Oh, is Peggy barking over there? Oh, good puppy. Good puppy. Well, here's old Blue. She looks rough, but she'll do anything you ask her to do. Yep. Good old 98 Chevy, 3/4 ton. There we go. Tell you what, this truck, there's some vehicles that, you know, they're nothing special. They're rough and beat up, but they just hold a special place in your heart, I guess you could say. This truck is one of those vehicles for me, man. Dad's had this truck for years and years, and lets his kids borrow it all the time. This thing's been through quite a bit. He's run over a cow with this thing after it ran me over. That's a good story, maybe I'll tell sometime. But yeah, this truck's been through a lot, and it almost feels a little bit like part of the family sometimes. And it's just really, when you work with a vehicle or a tool or something like that for so long, it almost feels like part of you, I guess you could say. It's a weird kind of feeling, but you just have this, I don't know, this like a feeling of affinity to this object that is rough, and it just doesn't seem to make much sense. But people are strange, you know, and I just really like this truck even though it's rough. Where I'm at here in Michigan, there are sawmills everywhere. Where I'm at is a little bit farther north, and there's an Amish community, and I tell you what, I think Amish, one of the requirements to being in the church is having a sawmill. That's not really true, but there's a lot of Amish sawmills over by where I am. That's not even including all the guys that just have like a little Wood-Mizer LT 15 or 10 or whatever. There are a lot of sawmills around this part of rural Michigan here. It just makes the competition stiffer, you know, which makes you have to be better. So that's why I ended up building a wide sawmill. Not everybody has a really wide sawmill. They're getting more and more common, but they're still not everywhere. Not everybody wants to put in the hard work to go get these huge logs. You know, it's a lot of work. That's what I'm doing to set my business apart a bit from all the other local sawmills around here. And it's just a lot of fun. Ever since I started watching Matt Crona's channel, oh man, probably 3 or 4 years ago, before COVID. So it might have been 5 or 6 years ago, I don't know. And since he built that huge sawmill there, I was like, man, I would love to do something like that. Watching Nate from Out of the Woods down in Tennessee, I would watch these videos while I was working at home, think, you know, I'd like to do that. And so when COVID hit, my business really took a hit. I had a bunch of free time, and I said, you know what, I am going to do it. So I built the sawmill, and put myself in a position to be able to, I would have the tools when I was able to make that step. So we're getting closer and closer to being able to have our house paid off and be in a position where I can quit my job again and start running the sawmill full time. It's a lot of work to get to this point that people don't see. Not afraid of a little hard work. Let's keep going. One would say this park here is almost out of place. You know, it's out in literally the middle of nowhere, right? There's gravel pits around here, but that's why it's there. The guy that paid to have that park built donated the land. He had a bunch of gravel pits right here on that corner there. Made a ton of money, and part of his legacy is Hubshire Park right there. And really grateful. We've been down there a number of times, and it's a very nice park, and I'm grateful for that guy putting the money in and donating the land to have that park built. Alrighty guys, here's the trailer. Like I said, it needs some paint, wire brushing and everything, but it's stout. It's stout. It's probably, is that like 4-inch tubing or something, and very thick. The backside here, very heavy duty. So we're missing a fender here, and this fender is pretty rough. They'll both get replaced, but heavy duty trailer. It's exactly what I need. Almost exactly. Wish it was a little bit wider, a little bit bigger, but it'll work exactly for what I need it to do. Man, I tell you what, the conversation I had with this guy, he's a serial entrepreneur. Fantastic conversation. I love having those kind of conversations. Let's back up here, we'll get hitched up and take off. Standing here talking to the guy I'm buying the trailer from, and he's got this cool business here called Battery Drive USA, and it's a subscription model for batteries in your smoke alarms in your house. So it's something you don't think about changing necessarily, and they'll just show up right there. He also had a coffee roasting business, an expedited freight business, machining business, a hearse rental, which I thought was extremely interesting, and he's about ready to open up his own drive-through coffee place across the road from his office right there. So yeah, the guy's just really interesting to talk to, and really encouraging to me as a young entrepreneur, and very, very nice guy. Very nice guy. Wish I would have recorded that conversation. I think a lot of you would have enjoyed listening to it, but unfortunately I did not. So, all right, let's get home and get this parked in the shed. I don't know if any of you guys do this, but after I have a conversation like that I just really enjoyed, and just went into really interesting subjects, as I'm driving back, like I'm not listening to any podcasts, the radio's not on, I'm just kind of like replaying that conversation in my mind, and picking up little interesting tidbits and things that I can learn. And one of the interesting things that I remember him saying is that we'll just use sawmilling for example. If you want to be a sawyer, and you want to do that as your business, then you just start doing the things that sawmills and sawyers do, and pretty soon you will be a sawmilling business owner, and you do these little tiny steps, little incremental changes add up to big changes in the long run. I thought that was really wise advice. Start doing the things that you want to see yourself as. So I think we can all implement that into our lives to make us better business owners, better husbands, fathers, better people in general, right? That's just really solid life advice for any aspect of your life. All right, apologies for the wind noise. It's always windy here at home on top of the hill. So here's the trailer. Got a hand crank winch here to run that cable for the top hoist there, which is kind of cool. We'll probably upgrade that to an electric winch at some point, but for now, hand crank is fine. Got a couple of beams that go across the center there. This one on the back just slides off the end. That one up there can be put in without sliding it all the way off, obviously. Yeah, I need some fender work. Needs a wire wheel taken to it, which shouldn't really take that long, and some fresh paint. Got to redo the lights on the wiring here. I believe the guy said that it had trailer brakes, which we'll need to go through. Show you the spindle down here. Pretty heavy duty, beefy. Tires are old and cracked, but they'll do for right now. I'm wondering what kind of lug pattern this is. It's a 6-bolt hub there. I need to measure it, see what lug pattern it is. I might have, actually I think those tires that I have at the other house are 8-bolt, but I'm sure I can find a spare for this. Overall, very happy with this purchase. I didn't think I was going to be able to find anything this heavy duty. A lot of the other propane haulers that I was seeing on Facebook were substantially less heavy duty. This one seems very stout, a lot stouter than anything I was seeing. So hopefully this does well for me. I think I might give it a shot. There's a log down the road that the neighbor gave me, and it's pretty hefty size red oak that I'll probably test out the hand crank on that and see how that goes, and see if that's something that needs to be upgraded immediately, or if it's just a something that can be done a little bit later after the mill starts bringing in more money. So we'll see how this goes. All right, that is going to end the video on the missing piece here, this log hauling trailer that I've been looking for and finally found. If this video is interesting and fun to watch, I hope you'll hit that like button, maybe leave a comment if you've got any suggestions or anything like that. Yeah, we'll see you on the next video. Have a good one, guys.